right here in Florida, the good old Florida place, the bottom of the United States, it has a frozen iguana problem to the point where people are saying that it's raining iguanas. And it's funny, but the real reason why is honestly kind of simple. It's like simple biology. Now, this frozen like pandemic that's going on in Florida because it's just so dang cold here. It's literally like 35 degrees here, give or take. And give it like a couple more weeks, it'll get even colder. So I don't know like why Florida is just getting so cold, and to the point where animals are literally freezing up in place like a little kid watching, like, I don't know, Hereditary for the first time. They just freeze up in place due to due to being very scared. But that's not really the issue. And it's honestly very easy. Now, Florida literally has the iguana problem. Literally everywhere I go in Florida, like wherever I travel, I see iguanas literally everywhere. If it's like grassy or something like that, most likely you'll see an iguana. And I don't know. I mean, they immigrated here from, I believe, South America. I think it's South America, and they just came here, and after all that, they just reproduced a lot here, and next thing you know, boom, iguana. So I'm gonna show you guys a video about like what it looks like, and then I'll explain more about it. Don't worry, Vice News, I'll do the explaining for you. Now that if you saw in the video, you can literally see that these iguanas are frozen in place, like they're freaking playing that challenge back in like 2016 called Andy's Coming. Well, whenever you hear someone say Andy's coming, you just have to freeze up in place. That's literally what they are doing, and they're just out there freaking like these, folded, and it's honestly hilarious, and it does get in the way a lot. Like if you see a iguana on the road, it's gonna get in your way of driving because you don't want to hit it, and if you hit it, a lot of bad things happen. Like it's gonna get messy in there. You kill an animal. I mean, it's pretty messy. You don't want to hit it, so you have no choice but to move it. But if you move one of these iguanas, it's actually gonna get very fierce because depending upon like which one, now it actually can die from this. Now I think it depends on it, like if it's young, like if it's a very young iguana, because they're not as like strong, then a more adult iguana is, and when it freezes up like that, it might die, and also probably some of the adult ones, but most likely the adult iguanas, they can probably survive from it. And if it heats up, and it's not freaking below like 40 degrees here, or 50 degrees at most, it can wake up from that, that frozen nap, like it's Philip J. Fry from Futurama, and it will wake up, but it won't wake up in a calm manner. It will actually wake up in a very fierce defensive manner. So if you pick up one of those iguanas and it wakes up, you're screwed basically. It's gonna like freaking go, it's gonna go like freaking that one Baymax like kill. It's actually gonna activate like a kill switch, like a freaking Big Hero 6 Baymax, and it's gonna try and defend itself because you're touching it and it has to do it somehow. It's literally a predator move, not predator move, a prey defensive move. Now, the reason why it's frozen, it's honestly very simple. Iguanas are actually cold-blooded animals, so they have to survive in the heat. And iguanas come from, I believe, I literally believe, I don't know, but I believe they are from South America. And we all know that like South America, like Africa in general. Did I say America? I meant South Africa. I don't know why I said South America, but yeah, somewhere in South Africa, that's where they're from. And usually South Africa is a very hot place, and iguanas have to be cold-blooded. Now, if they are cold-blooded, when it reaches a very cold temperature, everything in the body slows down a lot. Like it slows down a lot. We're like, well, us humans are warm-blooded. These iguanas are cold-blooded. So when they're cold-blooded, it's everything freezes. Muscles, metabolism, they all freeze. And when they freeze like that, obviously, you see on the video right there, they literally shrivel up like they can't move, and that's what happens. And honestly, that can lead to them killing, because I feel like if you're a young man or a young iguana, you're not gonna be as strong, as I said, And when you're not as strong, your body can't really fight that because your body isn't strong enough to withstand that sudden, that sudden, like, how'd you say, like that sudden, you know, frozenness. So when it's frozen, it can probably kill your body, which is not good. But now, I don't know why iguanas are here in the first place. Literally, it's gonna get cold, and if you're somewhere colder like Tennessee, or someone like the north of United States, if there were iguanas there, they're screwed. They're gonna die because it gets so cold up there. It literally gets into like the negatives in Fahrenheit. So they're screwed there. So if they're freezing like this here in Florida, well, Florida is known to be really like the hottest state on earth. Literally, freaking the Mars or the sun is here in Florida. If iguanas are somewhere north where it actually snows and it gets to that frozen level, they're gonna die. It's gonna die. Now this also happens not just to lizards, but it also happens to like other cold-blooded animals here in Florida, and it makes sense. Us Floridians here, we're classified as cold-blooded. So I see people out here freaking wearing jackets when it's like 60 degrees, or when it's like 50 degrees. I see freaking Floridians out here like this, they're in Antarctica, about to die of freaking frozen. I forgot what disease it's called, but they get freaking frozen up there, and they think they're gonna turn to Captain America, but in all reality, it's not even that cold. So I don't know why this is happening. It does get into the way, and if people do try and pick it up, it's gonna attack you because of defensive strategies. But I wanted to share this because I found it funny, and it's I don't know why it's so cold here in Florida. It's crazy. And now that I'm seeing, I also saw a frozen iguana, outside of this house. I actually saw a frozen iguana, um, driving somewhere. I think this today when I had to go somewhere, and it was just there. Like, I thought it was dead, but most likely I think that iguana was alive. So yeah, I just want to show this because Florida, it's cold. It's cold here in Florida, and I just found it honestly kind of funny. So yeah, that's why that's when. So be careful because if iguana falls on your head, it's gonna be kind of freaky. That's it. Thanks for watching.